Middle-class Joe and his wife, well, they love to portray themselves as living a middle-class lifestyle, but it appears that image was not quite accurate as Joe was buying expensive Corvettes and, again, that beachfront property. And now let's see what the Bidens do. Are they ready to throw their own son under the bus? Anyway, here with more with the very latest, House Oversight Committee Chairman James Comer is with us. Good to see you, Senator. So can you explain this whole process? You are a subpoena. My understanding is of your subpoena, you want a closed door, under oath deposition, and you want materials handed over. Is that correct, sir?
That's correct. This is a normal subpoena. This is a normal congressional subpoena. It's a lawful subpoena. We have asked him to come in on December 13th. His attorney said today that he would gladly come in, but only for a public hearing. He'll have a public hearing after we do the deposition. This is the way credible investigations are conducted. And Hunter Biden is not above the law. Just because he's gotten away with criminal activity by the DOJ, the FBI, the IRS, the National Archives, doesn't mean he's going to be treated that way by the House Oversight Committee. We are going to abide by the law. Jamie Raskins, the ranking member on the House Oversight Committee, did this exact same process. He had a very similar scenario with Steve Bannon when he was subpoenaed by the January 6th committee. He wanted to come in not for a deposition but for a public hearing. Raskins said he had to sit down for a deposition because that's what the law requires. That's what we require of Hunter Biden. We will gladly have a public hearing with Hunter Biden after we do the deposition to go over the 10,000 plus pages of bank records and documents that we have with countless questions about specific transactions.
Do you need more documents? Have you been requesting more documents? Have they been forthcoming with the information?
Well, the banks have been very forthcoming. The banks wanted to give us this information. Look, the banks notified Treasury for years of criminal activity by the Biden family. So the banks, the private banks, have been very cooperative. Who hasn't been cooperative are the Biden, is the Biden administration. We've requested all the pseudonym emails. The number of emails that Joe Biden used a fake name grows almost on a daily basis. We've asked for those emails. They've provided 14 pages. There are thousands more pages that they haven't provided. We need to know about that because we know there was communication between the White House, between when Joe Biden was vice president, and Hunter Biden and his associates. Even though Joe Biden claimed numerous times on television he had a wall between the government and his family's shady business activities, we know now that there was no wall there, that Joe Biden used a fake e-name to get around the FOIA requirements so normal investigators couldn't find this out. We've worked very hard on this investigation over the past 8 months, Sean. As you know, we built a mountain of evidence. Now we're in the deposition phase, and that's what the subpoena for Hunter Biden was all about, a deposition to sit down. The Democrats will get equal time, and it is, for all practical purposes, public. We will release the transcripts. We will do this the way every congressional deposition has been composed in history, and the American people will know exactly how Hunter Biden answered these questions.
In the deposition, would he have the right to plead the Fifth?
Well, I mean, everyone has the right to plead the Fifth, but, you know, according to Hunter Biden's attorney today, he wants to come forward, and I think that's great. Give him an opportunity. He's going to have due process. He's going to be able to answer some questions. But this isn't about Hunter Biden. This is an investigation by Congress of Joe Biden for potential corruption. Hunter Biden is a key witness in our investigation of Joe Biden. We know the Biden family has received millions and millions of dollars from our enemies around the world. We don't know what they did to receive the money. We don't know a lot of things about how the Bidens have been able to afford such lavish lifestyles when we really don't know what they do for a living, other than Hunter became an artist. Yeah, but he became an artist when Joe Biden became president.
Well, we do know that Hunter admitted himself that he had no experience in energy, oil, gas, or Ukraine, but yet he was dealing with Burisma, and his father took actions as vice president, withheld $1 billion, leveraged that $1 billion to get an investigative prosecutor fired. And in 6 hours, the guy was gone. The investigation's over. Hunter got paid, and this was 5 days after you have been able to chronicle a phone call that came from Hunter from Dubai with Burisma executives. Is that correct, sir?
That is correct, and we learned all that through a transcribed interview. And that's what we want Hunter Biden to do, to come in for an interview. Everyone knows that if you have a credible, substantive investigation, you have depositions, you have transcribed interviews, then you bring in people for committee hearings. I'm not doing this for entertainment. This is a credible investigation, and we expect the president's son to sit down along with the other 19 people we've asked to come in and answer questions. The Democrats will have equal time. We will release the transcripts. This will be a very transparent investigation, as it has been from the very beginning.
Well, the one thing I've said to you, Congressman, a number of times is Abby Lowell is a real lawyer, one of the top D.C. lawyers for sure. Let me ask you about a report, justthenews.com editor-in-chief and investigative reporter John Solomon, that he gave about Kevin Morris, this friend of Hunter's and the family out, I guess, in California, and the amount of money loaned. Is that money in the $5+ million range, sir?
That's what we understand. John Solomon's done a great job investigating this from day one. We have a lot of questions for Kevin Morris. We expect him to come in. We've sent him a letter. We've asked him to come in.
Have you subpoenaed him, sir?
No, you have to request through a letter first. We're doing this the right way. We're making sure every I is dotted and T is crossed. If he doesn't respond to our letter to come in voluntarily, then we will issue a subpoena. We expect to hear from Kevin Morris. He's loaned the president's son reportedly over $5 million. He just met his president's son during the presidential campaign. This raises serious campaign finance questions. This raises serious ethics questions. And this raises a whole lot of tax fraud questions.
$5 million is a lot of money if that all turns out to be accurate and true. And have you been able to discover or trace maybe? Did he get anything for that money? Is he getting paid back for that money?
That's a great question, Sean. That's what we want to know. And look, the theme loan continues to emerge. Remember the last 3 payments that we found that were traced to Joe Biden, the 2 checks from Jim Biden to Joe Biden that were written through the influence peddling scheme, and a $250,000 wire from China that was sent to Hunter Biden at Joe Biden's home address. All of those, the White House claims, were loans. Loans. Everything they say is loans. Now we have Kevin Morris reportedly loaning Hunter Biden over $5 million. We have a lot of questions about that, and that raises a lot of tax evasion questions. It raises a lot of ethics questions and even campaign finance questions.
It would be interesting to see if any I don't know, official government action was taken for anybody that loans anyone money. That would certainly raise a lot of eyebrows. Chairman Comer, we appreciate you updating us. Thank you, sir. Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.